Welcome to Trigger Smart and the first ever childproof smart gun demonstration. Basically, a smart gun means only the authorized user can fire the weapon and the gun is harmless in the hands of a child or an intruder. Trigger Smart was recently granted a patent in the USA and we have patent pending in 57 other countries worldwide. Here is a short demonstration with our prototype. Firstly, the gun is in the safe mode. If I try to pull the trigger, I can't, as a blocking mechanism prevents the firearm from working. When I put on the RFID ring and pull the trigger, the gun is immediately enabled and will fire instantly. This takes less than a quarter of a second to activate. If someone else takes the gun, it is immediately disabled and returns to the safety mode. Tens of millions have been spent on research and development of smart guns over the last 10 to 15 years by various institutions. Mostly R&D is concentrated on developing biometric options. Fingerprint activated smart guns, etc. have failed to make it to market because biometrics are too slow, unreliable, bulky, expensive and require too much power. With our R&D partners Georgia Institute of Technology in Atlanta and the Georgia Tech Ireland subsidiary under the guidance of Joe Dowling and Dave McGuinness, we have devised a technology that doesn't rely on fingerprinting or any other form of biometrics. Trigger Smart uses radio frequency identification or RFID technology, which is the same technology that E-ZPass use on toll roads and Walmart use to track clothing. Many countries, including the US government, use RFID in passports, and banks are increasingly using RFID in credit cards. RFID is relatively inexpensive, works in less than a quarter of a second, and is highly reliable. RFID requires low power and the components will fit neatly inside the handle of an average gun. Remember, this is a prototype, but in future we will be using disc-like batteries that fit easily into the replaceable grip of a gun. The batteries will have more than a year of standby time, and a battery level indicator will warn weeks in advance when the batteries are getting low. Each gun can have 2 or more tags synchronized, so partner or group recognition is easily achieved. The blocking motor is good for 100,000 cycles. The motor will be customized to suit most average size guns and designed to fit inside the weapon by gun manufacturers or neatly in the handle for retrofit options. An RFID tag costs less than 10 cents, so it will not make for a very impressive jewellery present. However, the good news is that tags can be embedded in gold or silver, and you can even add diamonds if you wish. Working in conjunction with the smart gun technology is the wide area control, or what we call WAC for short. This is the ability to remotely enable and disable guns in certain zones, such as airports, schools and public places. This WAC would protect and help prevent massacres such as Virginia Tech, Tucson, Arizona, Fort Hood, and the recent Oakland, California shooting, where innocent adults and children lost their lives and many more were injured. To hide the communication from hobbyists, we would use a spread spectrum communication signal, which is extremely hard to detect with commercially available hardware unless you know the right code. Everything is secured using strong encryption to AES 256 standard to ensure a secure communication. Representative Peter King, chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, said that he'd introduce a new bill that bars anyone from carrying a gun within 1,000 feet of a federal official. Mr. King believes the legislation could have prevented the January 2011 Arizona shootings that killed 6 and injured more than a dozen people, including Representative Gabrielle Giffords. United Nations Small and Light Weapons Treaty. The US government has stated its intention to sign the treaty, which is designed to tackle the illegal gun market, which in turn will help fight gun crime. Trigger Smart can provide a solution to tracking of guns. Now that we finally have a viable smart gun available, this technology will be of interest to the United Nations. The next stage is to mature and ruggerize the technology and components so that we can carry out various tests, etc. RFID readers are used on garbage trucks in hazardous environments and extreme temperatures, so we are confident that RFID will work reliably in guns. We hope to offer Trigger Smart guns to the market within the next 2 years. Gunpolicy.org estimates that 8 million small guns are manufactured annually. The USA gun stockpile is estimated at 270 million. Trigger Smart has the potential to be a real game changer. Our smart guns will be designed in compliance with the smart gun laws already in place in New Jersey, Maryland, and California. Several other states have smart gun legislation under consideration. Every year in the USA, approximately 800 people die and thousands more are injured as a result of accidental discharge of firearms. 70% of these fatalities are children under 18. Women now account for 47% of all new gun sales and are the fastest growing sector of the market. Surveys show that many non-gun owners would consider buying guns if they were smart gun enabled, as they would be safer in the home, especially where children are present. Some feedback and comments we received from gun owners has been that they welcome safety but question if the technology works. I hope this demonstration proves that Trigger Smart works and works well.